and take the ride. Take the ride. For more fun, you better subscribe. You never won't miss the vibe. Take the ride.
doing its sunny side up. It's the hen. What up, my friends? We are here to talk about Wizards taking over Commander, the rules committee quitting, and what happened at Commandfest Toronto. That is what we have gathered for. So, first things first, as always, I'm going to share the live stream link in the Discord so that everybody knows the stream is going down, and then we shall proceed from there. All right. Okay, there we go. That's good. I've been running around super busy today. So much stuff I got to take care of. So, switch this up. Let's do our hellos. Oh, the poll, that's right. So, at the beginning of the stream, the poll says, are you happy that Wizards now controls Commander? And we've got 92 votes with 17% yes, 83% no. All right, I'm not terribly surprised by those results. Now, starting at the top, or at least the top of the chat I can see. What up, Rays, Gerthulu, Millmaster, Bono, Brown, Teferi, David, Goddard, Shelton, Fisher, Chim, Hard Hit, Jay, Famous, Aaron, Cosmic, Gwyneth, Millmaster, Cosmic, Lowbrow, Jeff, 97, Theory, Dad, Dude Man, Al, Some, Aldini, Tringus Pyre, Olivier, Error Running, ZMR, Frosty, Marco, Larry, Maury, Sandwich, Sky. I thought I was done, but there's still a bunch of names, man. Kenzuki, Joshua, Bo Falcon, Ang, Stewart, Gega, Zircon, Breakstop, Drunkle, Wayne, Double Strike, Overly, John, Brenton, and I think I got everybody. All right. I got everybody that I saw. I'm sure I missed some of you because either it didn't show me at the beginning of the chat or your name just got mixed in to all the other ones. So hello to everybody after my romper room start to the stream. I need one of those little mirrors, right? So hello to all you guys. How are you doing on this insane day? I was not expecting to wake up and find out that Wizards had straight up taken over Commander. Like I said, I've been super busy today, so I was like, oh, this is the kind of Magic news I have to jump on immediately, right? This isn't something that's gonna wait because everybody's gonna be talking about it. It's absolutely wild, and as far as I'm concerned, it is not good. It is not a good situation. Obviously, if you watched the video, then you already know that I do not view this as a good situation. No, I didn't forget you. I said your name. So if you're not paying attention, that's on you. In fact, I'm not even going to read your name out now to specify that. If you don't listen, if you're too busy having dongs jammed in your ear to hear me say your name, that's on you. Write a letter to your mama and then burn it because your mother doesn't care. She cares less than I do. Stop it. Stop it. I ain't having it. I am not having it. You could wait on Hatsune Miku. The secret lair is not sold out. Really? Really? Hatsune did not sell out already. I'm surprised. I guess there was a bunch of people complaining about the cards that they picked for it. So Maybe they were just like, yo, I don't like these options. Or maybe the people who are into Hatsune Miku are like, I've heard some of them go, man, they made ugly renditions. They're like, this looks like Chandra cosplaying as the chick, not the actual chick. Frosty Super Chat says, the golden age of Commander may be over, but let's see if Wizards brings all the people Commander brought in over to Standard. Well, there's no way. Listen, man, Wizards butchered Standard. Standard feels like it's never, ever gonna recover, bro. Like, it feels like it's never gonna recover at all. Standard will never be what it was. Wizards is probably gonna go ham with Commander. Let's be real. They're just like I said in the video, they are like kids that are allowed to determine their own diet. And it's like, this isn't good for you. This is not good for you. You're not gonna like the end results of the idiocy that you're doing, but they care about like the short term, right? They care about the short term. So yeah, they're not going to bring people over to Standard, buddy. Thanks for the super chat. Fisher Super Chat says, I don't trust Wizards with Modern or Standard, so I really don't trust it with EDH. Well, see, now that is a logical viewpoint, because basically when it comes down to it, if they're messing up competitive formats that badly, how badly are they going to do with a format where they go, it's casual? Who cares, right? Who cares? They're just going to go, yeah, well, it's casual and it can absorb whatever. So who cares? Who cares? You know? But yeah, man, I did honestly. Oh, by the way, as a fun little side note, guys, I made a video. I made a video basically exactly 4 years ago to this day. So September 30th, 4 years ago, I made a video predicting that Wizards would take over Commander, right? I totally went into it, talked about it all, and lo and behold, here we are, right? This is the scenario. Wizards of the Coast has absolutely taken over, and now there's nothing to save it. Before, if Wizards tried to take over Commander, they would have to deal with the divide of the player base, right? But now it's the rules committee going, we asked Wizards to do this. Please save us from this shit. And I don't blame them. Because honestly, the overall online community has a lot of good people in it, but it has a ton of terrible people in it. The number of people just even on my video going, oh, boo-hoo, they got threats. You just have to deal with it. No, actually, you don't. You don't have to tolerate that. You don't have to put up with it. People are so selfish that they're like, yo, I should be able to act however I want, and you should have to deal with it because you exist doing a thing that I want to be involved with. No. And there's other idiotic takes. I'm tired of hearing people complain about these kind of threats. Really? I bet you people are tired of having it happen to them, and nobody gives a shit that you're tired of hearing about it, because it's fucking happening, right? And like I said, there'll be people who come in and be like, I don't believe it happened. Unless you prove and show me exact copies of all this stuff, I don't believe it. Then don't believe it. You're a fucking idiot. That's what that means. It's a fucking fact. And I absolutely believe it because I've seen a ton of this stuff play out. Like I said, I literally saw people shit-talking Sheldon and going, I'm glad he's dead because he banned a card I like. And it's like, you're a fucking loser, bro. You are a massive, pathetic fucking loser. That's crazy to me. John Leonard Super Chat says, this feels like the rules committee just wanted to retaliate by handing the format over to Wizards knowing the damage it would do. If that's how it feels to you, that's your feeling. Here's what it feels like to me. It feels like they got swarmed by a bunch of negative dickheads who actually fucking genuinely threatened them. And considering they were doing this for free out of the goodness of their heart, you know what? It's not worth the stress. Everybody handles this shit differently. There's some people who literally just go, yeah, you know what? I can't handle people just fucking being rude to me on the internet or criticizing my gameplay. There are people who shut down their YouTube channels because they got tired of people criticizing their gameplay. Everybody has different thresholds, and nobody is required to put up with awful, awful people, right? Nobody. There's no, well, you chose to be in public, so, like, because you're publicly online, I can treat you however I want, and you just need to grow up. No, you need to grow the fuck up. If your attitude is that people should just have to put up with this, fuck you, right? That's my attitude. Go fuck yourself, idiot. That's my response to that shit. Nobody should have to put up with this. Oh, boo-hoo, are you tired of reading it and hearing about it happening? Guess what? You're hearing about it because it's actually happening. So just because you think, well, no, it's gotta be a deflection. You have no fucking clue because you've never been on the other side of it. I have for years. I know exactly what it's like. 100%. I know it's real because I fucking lived it, bro. I'm still living it. People still fucking come at me. So this whole, it's made up. No, bro. But you tell yourself whatever you want so you can have your fucking terrible take on the subject and go, well, no, boo-hoo! People are telling you they're gonna hurt you and your family. Get back to managing a card game. You never should have said I can't play with my flower card. You deserve it. It's like, you're a fucking pathetic child, dude. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. But whatever, man. People are in their own fucking little bubbles. I'm the center of the universe. I really matter. I'm tired of hearing about this. Yeah, the people having it happen are tired of having it happen. Why the fuck would you do this for free? John, I'm not talking about you, buddy. I know that what I said came after your super chat. I'm not shit talking you, just so we're clear, man. You can have whatever feelings you want. But, like, it's ridiculous to me that people think you should just tolerate this shit. Well, of course it's gonna happen. It shouldn't. It shouldn't. You know, if you walk down the street, you're gonna get stabbed. Should have known that's gonna happen when you go in public. No sympathy. I'm tired of people talking about how they got stabbed. Like, it's the same fucking thing, man. And it's crazy to me. It's crazy. Disarray, didn't someone hit me in public once? Yes. Yes. I got fucking booted in the head live in public. And there are still people who come by and say they hope it happens to me again and that I don't fucking survive it, bro. So I'm not nearly the level of fucking prominence or scale that the Commander's Rule Committee is. And I have people wishing for my end on a fucking regular basis. Now, I have pretty thick skin and I just go, go fuck yourself, whatever, right? Like, or actually, mostly I just ignore it because I go, I don't know you. I don't care. When I see that, I automatically go, no, you're a pathetic loser. Like, if this is how you act, you're a fucking nobody in every possible fucking sense. Like, 100%. It's actually about me and what I'm tired of seeing. No, it's got nothing to do with you, dickhead, at all. Listen, they said I can't play with one of my magical cards. I'm totally justified in acting like this. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's the internet has made people absolutely ridiculous. Fellers, why would people want me hurt? Because they're fucking small and pathetic. That's why. They're like, oh, I'm getting them. And it's like, I don't fucking care. I don't care that some dickhead I don't know hopes I get hurt. But I don't turn around and say other people have to feel that way. If you're not fucking used to that, or you've just had enough of it, guess what? Totally reasonable position. I do not hold this against the Commander Rule Committee in any way, shape, or form. Them going, I'm not doing this for free for these fucking ingrates. And people are just like, hey man, it's not everybody, so you should just put up with hundreds and hundreds of threads. Unless they send me a codified list with all the usernames and when it happened and also like video recording of them, because I don't just trust screenshots. It's fucking wild, man. When my place got broken into and I had to move because of that fucking lunatic, people were like, it's a scam. He's lying and scamming people for what? For what, idiot? What did I even get out of that? What did I get out of that? Like, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. They just go, you're a liar and a piece of shit, and it didn't even happen. And it's like, fuck you, dickhead. Nobody owes you fucking receipts. Get the fuck over yourself. Who are you? Are you the police? No, I'm just some random dickhead who has too much time on his hand and has a way higher opinion of myself than I should, right? It's crazy. It's just wild. It's just fucking wild. It's wild. So yeah, man. Yeah, Teferi, exactly. Exactly. It's like I wasn't making videos. I had to fucking stay at a friend's house for months. Like there was all this shit. And it's like, yeah, I did that for what? For what? I would have fucking made money and gotten more subscribers and shit by actually making content, because that's how I get people to follow me. Not fucking making up some shit. Like, what are you talking about? So it's just, it's, people are fucking absurd just coming in. I don't think that they got threats. Well, you're an idiot then. How about that? How about that? I think you're a fucking moron. Like, how do you exist on the internet now and not realize that they absolutely did? Absolutely. No, they just use it. They don't need an excuse. If they didn't want to be the Commander's Rule Committee, they could just fucking stop. They could just fucking stop at any time. There was no, man, I can't. Like, I can't quit unless I make up some bullshit reason. You could literally just say, I don't have time for this. I don't care as much about this. Somebody else can do a better job than me. There's a million reasons. There's a million reasons to step down, bro. So yeah, there's just like the fucking clownish people. There's clownish people. They get upset about everything. Remember, in the video I talked about how some people are fucking losers that have nothing going on in their life, right? They have nothing going on in their lives. They don't have a meaningful relationship. They don't have a job they like. They feel like a fucking loser, have no real sense of like personal worth, except when it comes to magic where they feel like they can excel. And then they act like dickheads over it. And people are getting upset about that in the comments too. I can't believe you'd be conned. Fuck you. It's reality, bro. It's reality. Maybe it hurts to hear because it's the truth. Maybe that's why you're having that knee-jerk reaction to it, because you're hearing your fucking reality. Maybe that's why you're getting so triggered, because what I'm saying is fucking you. So, maybe, I didn't say everybody who plays Magic is that, because guess what? I play Magic, right? But there are people like that. So, go ahead. People take time to like, yo, people shouldn't get fucking threatened, and then people turn it into, you're saying I shouldn't criticize them. Are you on crack? Do you have brain damage? Did your mother fucking smoke meth and drink gasoline when she had you? You fucking dimwit, right? Like, how do you even read the magic cards with a brain that don't work? Fisher's Super Chat says, I miss the days when people talking shit caught the consequences of their actions. Like, for real, in terms of people just saying to them, you're out of your mind. Why are you acting like this? That's it. That's it. Like, people just sit in their own home and just make up this imaginary world and then go, I'm justified. I'm justified in doing this shit. Like, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. The people, every comment I read where I was like, I don't believe they did get threatened. I just said out loud, idiot, and just fucking went on. I'm just like, whatever. It's insane. It's insane. So yeah, people are fucking ridiculous. The whole situation is like just a bunch of fractious cockbaggery. And it's all online. It's all online. Like in person, I went to the actual Commandfest. And guess what? Nobody was running around angry. Nobody was fucking yelling at each other. People were there having a good time. But online, it's just it's crazy. It's crazy. So yeah. I do not blame the rules committee for just saying fuck this. I would too. I'd be like, I don't get paid to be part of the Commander's Rules Committee. Like, do you know what was supposed to happen? Do you know what the Rules Committee was supposed to announce today? The silver bordered tiers. That's what they were going to do. Here's what we're doing with silver borders. And like, for me, I thought that was a waste of time. I was just like, there's better things to do with your time, guys, than worrying about that silver bordered stuff. But the fact remains is they were trying to find ways to make Commander more enjoyable and give you more options for more things. And instead, now they've just said, fuck it, we're done. Do you think Wizards is going to put the same level of fucking care into it that the Commander Rules Committee did? They're not. This just means they don't have to worry about bans anymore. They can make whatever they want. That's it. So, Infinite War, see, that seems to be what a lot of people try and say. Like, look, nobody should get threats, but here's the reason they should totally have gotten threats. That's what I read that as. when you say they pumped and dumped on people. Really? The 5 Rules Committee people? They bought thousands and thousands of stuff and pumped and dumped? Or are you just making stuff up? Are you just making stuff up? You're making stuff up to justify why that should have happened to them. That's how that comes across to me when I read that. And I see a bunch of people going, but, and it's like, there's no buts. Nobody should be getting fucking threatened online over this shit. End of sentence. Not, but look, man, but look, like people had magic cards that lost value on the secondary market. And, well, they obliterated 200 million gajillion dollars worth of capital, and they should know that it's a pound of flesh, and it's got to come from somebody. You know what I mean? It's nonsense. Jeff Pellegrin Super Chat says, "Hey Hatcher, I'm not happy about the threat or abuse because I feel like I'm validly unhappy as a player and collector. I invested hard on Commander Masters. Get a chase card to have it banned within a year hurts a lot." That is a very reasonable perspective. For anybody who got hosed, fucking Heavy Metal, for example, comes to these streams. He gets a bunch of stuff years ago trying to get a Jeweled Lotus, fails. In the last month, he finally cracked a Jeweled Lotus out of a pack after buying a bunch of Magic product and is like, yeah, boom, dead. Anybody who's unhappy, they can't use their cards, completely understandable. Completely understandable. It's frustrating. It's ridiculous. So, you know, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Bans decrease the value of cards. Bans are necessary to balance formats. Those are both true statements. So, it sucks. There's no part of me that's like, suck it up. You're perfectly within your rights to be unhappy that Wizards made a card that was too powerful, made it mythic rare, made sure that it would be an expensive card on the secondary market. All of it. So that once the banning that was inevitable happened, you were stuck with a card that crashed down into the dirt, right? It's understandable to be frustrated over that, you know? So, that makes sense to me. That makes sense to me. It's never fun to have your cards be worth less. It's never fun to not get to play with your cards, but none of that makes threatening the rules committee acceptable. None of it. There's literally, like, the only reasons that shit becomes like acceptable is because it's like, yo, they have my family and they say that they're going to cut them into pieces and feed them to sharks. Yeah, I can see that. I can see you like, yeah, you know, I'm going to say, I'm coming for you. You know what I mean? Anyways, I got to update the board before I forget. Jeff, you are the new lord of the board, big boy. So let me put you up here. So yeah, the threat stuff and people just waving it away, like, you should expect it. Hey man, you know, you're dealing with a card game that people play, and your job is to say what stuff is like too strong, and you should know that as a result of that you're gonna have this happen to you. No, you shouldn't. No, you shouldn't at all. That is not a reasonable thing to say. That is not a reasonable position to hold, right? So the part of the problem is the internet involves people talking past each other and waiting for one tiny little thing to jump on, misrepresent, and yell at each other about. You're saying I can't criticize. Yeah, you know what? There's a million ways you can criticize them, but not that way. You're not allowed to go, you shouldn't be alive because of cardboard rectangles. I can't use a commander anymore. It's insane. It's insane. It's so ridiculous. So, I mean, Wizards of the Coast is probably never going to do another commander ban again. That's what I feel like. I feel like they're just going to go, we got tiers. We got different tiers. We're going to slap the card in tier 4. If it's too powerful, it goes in tier 4. We're not banning nothing. We're not banning nothing. Pepsi, you're saying I missed your super chat. I don't see one, buddy. Are you sure you did one? Hold on, I can switch over and see the super chat view. Oh, you're absolutely right. My bad, dude. That's weird. Why didn't it? Hold on. I'm going to switch back to the live chat and look. Weird. Okay, it's not showing. It didn't show in the live chat, but it showed in the... Yeah, that's my bad. Sorry, man. Here, let me read it. I don't see it getting better. Wizards being TO for EDH. CEDH should split off. Threats came from potential inside trading. Magic celebrities are milquetoast. Well, let's be very clear, first of all, that the rules committee aren't Magic celebrities. They're just people who volunteered to help the format, right? They're not out there going, hey, I want to make videos. They're not like me, right? Where they're going, hey, I'm making videos for the people or stuff. They just went, yeah, I'll volunteer my time to help manage Commander, right? That's it. So that part of it is just like, they're not celebrities, right? And the insider trading thing is just, people made that shit up. People made it up. There's insider trading that happens with Wizards of the Coast. Information gets leaked from Wizards of the Coast in advance of stuff. But we have no way of knowing whether the Commander Committee actually did that. And these people who are volunteering their time to do the Commander stuff, I highly doubt that they were doing any kind of insider trading. My guess is the information got leaked through Wizards of the Coast. The Rules Committee literally kept the advisory group in the dark. So going it's over insider trading, even if it is, guess what? That's not acceptable. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the reason that you're doing it. Whether it's, I think that you did inside trading. Still not acceptable. You knew that this Magic card was going to get banned and you sold the 2 copies that you had. You should be fed into a meat grinder. Like, what? What? When I saw the Rules Committee going, like, what are we going to do? Put our collections in escrow? And it's like, I bet these people were blindsided by the allegations. How many copies of the cards do they even have? And like, yeah, I'm going to sell mine to get out ahead of the curve. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. Wizards has internal leaks for everything. That's how I knew about Pioneer ahead of time, right? Like 100%. So Wizards has some internal nonsense going on where certain groups of people in big stores are told in advance, right? But for people to assume that the Rules Committee, they're doing huge, crazy insider trading. There's 5 of them. How much stuff do you think they're even doing? But whatever. At this point, the people who believe that are just going to go full conspiracy theory anyways and not listen to reason. So fuck it. Believe what you want to believe. I don't give a fuck at the end of the day. I don't fucking care. That's you. You want to believe it? I don't give a fuck. No, they fucking sold their 3 Lotuses for $200 and then they obliterated $900 million from the market. Where'd you get that number? Some guy on the internet told me that based on this. And it's like, oh, you mean if everybody could sell all their cards instantly in a genie snap for the full amount of money and nobody selling their cards affected the market whatsoever? Yeah, just like that. $1 billion got obliterated. Do you know how many people in Ethiopia that could have fed? My children are going to die in the streets because the Rules Committee completely destroyed the economy. And it's like, can we come back to Earth? This whole hundreds of millions of dollars evaporated overnight or whatever has the exact same feel as the companies that go, piracy has cost us $1 billion. How do you figure that out? We look at every single download of the movie and then the ultimate price we could get for that. And we go, every single person who downloaded it would have bought it. And it's like, almost nobody would have bought it. So you didn't lose on all that money. No, $10 billion got obliterated from Magic, and it happened. This is the biggest financial calamity, and it's provable. It's provable. I know exactly how many jeweled lotuses everybody has. I know how many copies of everything everybody has, because Wizards releases that information to me, and I'm in contact with everybody, and I know exactly how it would have gone when they sold. Not like if everybody was selling, it'd be a fucking race to the bottom or anything, right? But, okay, sure. Why not? Why not, right? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So, some people are going to be ridiculous. What are you going to do? disarray, there's no difference between, when it comes to most of these kind of decisions, there's not much of a difference between Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast. Wizards of the Coast, higher level individuals, are the exact same corporate rob us blind individuals that are at Hasbro. So the only people at Wizards of the Coast who aren't awful are the mid-tier employees and lower, the ones who are just making the game, trying to do their job, and it's not about finances, right? I wouldn't be surprised if Wizards steered the rules committee wrong in being like, be hush-hush about this, don't tell anybody about it, maybe hoping for a blow-up on this level so that they could have Commander. Because clearly, they want to be in control of Commander, right? Like, it benefits them. They never have to do another ban. They never have to do another ban again, man. So, nobody owes you anything when you buy fucking game pieces to play with, just so you know, right? You're not entitled to have the value of your cards hold or go upwards, because it's based on secondary market factors. Things like the card's desirability, availability. Wizards determines that kind of stuff, which juices the secondary market into crazy places. If Jeweled Lotus had been an uncommon that you could get easily, guess what? It wouldn't be all this fucking money. So the idea that somehow you're like owed something over this because this game piece that was desirable isn't desirable anymore, it doesn't make sense to me. There have been Magic bans the entire time the game has existed, and it has crushed the value of cards. Why are you owed anything? Why are you owed anything? You buy a video game, oh no, it's like, if you bought it as an investment, well, guess what? That's a stupid fucking investment. And if you bought it to play with, you bought it to play with. So your toy isn't worth as much money anymore. What are you owed? Fucking nothing, right? You're not owed a thing. Lord Pepsi says, big money implications are valid. Of course, not threats. People who are upset about the value of their cards decreasing, I understand, but they're not entitled to anything. I'm gonna sue. Sue for what? Sue for what? You know? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Hey, what up, Phoenix Rising? Just another slow news day. I have a bunch of shit I had to do today. This news coming up actually put a crimp in my plans. I'm working on the video tomorrow to show off the card that features me, because I'm in a TCG, and tomorrow that comes out, right? Ned, the investors in Magic are crazy. It seems so dicey. I have no idea why you would invest in anything in Magic now when Wizards is clearly coming to undercut the secondary market value of everything, right? With just all the crazy reprinting they've been doing and stuff. It's nuts. It's nuts. Ask an accountant if you should invest in Magic. Yeah, I mean, an accountant's a weird person to ask if you should invest in something, I think, because they just do the math of your stuff. But they'd probably still give you a, what are you doing? I mean, financial advisors are not going to tell you to do that. Frosty's Super Chat says, but I converted my entire 401k to Jeweled Lotuses, and that's someone else's fault. I have way more sympathy for somebody who saved up for a long time to buy one of those cards as like a really neat piece, and then the value tanked. I feel bad for them. There are other people who go, fuck them, they're irresponsible pieces of crap. If you saved up for months to buy it, you shouldn't be able to play Magic. So, it's crazy. Fluffy Butt. Fluffy Butt, that name. Fluffy Butt Super Chat says, I believe the new tiered system for Commander will force casual players into a competitive environment where people compete for top of specific tiers. I don't think that this new tiered system really feels like it's going to be much different than the whole Rule Zero thing, especially since Wizards is like, Tier 1 will be this thing where we go ahead and like give kind of ideas or concepts, and then the top tier is fucking going to be straight up just the most powerful stuff. And to me, the whole reason they only mention Tier 1 and Tier 4 is to give you an idea of there's going to be different tiers, but Tier 4 is going to exist as straight up so that they can print the most powerful crap, and it just goes into Tier 4. Yeah, it's a Tier 4 card. Yeah, it's a Tier 4 card. Doesn't need to be banned. Just play it in Tier 4. Talk about it ahead of time. The fact that this is like a casual format compared to the competitive ones gives Wizards the ability to pull shit like that. You know? When I was talking about the One Ring being banned, not being banned, do I think that it'll be in the 4 promos in the Costco bundle at the end of October? No way. No way. Why would that be included there? You know what I mean? Like, the One Ring is something that's super desirable and has a high secondary market value. Why would they include something that's worth more than the entire bundle that way? So no chance, right? Those probably aren't even from Wizards. They're probably from third parties that buy massive amounts of Magic product and then dump the stuff that they don't want, right? So I think that there's like a 0% chance that there's going to be a One Ring in those promos. That's not the first time I've been asked that either. I do not think so. The new tier system is Rule 0 with extra steps. It's Rule 0 with a different mask, right? That's what it feels like. So it's a system, like I said, it's them finding a way to do the same thing that they did with Historic on Arena, where they're just like, we never really have to do bans anymore, so whatever. And they'll just go, no, it's a tier 4 card. Why would they do anything else? Why would they want to ban Jeweled Lotus, right? They spent their time dumping it on us right before the ban. So I don't know. I don't know if Wizards helped to engineer the situation happening, but I very strongly suspect that they have been waiting for this opportunity. They've wanted to take over Commander for a considerable amount of time, but nothing has actually allowed them to. And now the rules committee has straight up been, woo! I don't think that Wizards thought that the backlash would get to be too much for the rules committee. I don't think that was actually what they were banking on. I think they were just waiting for a moment where it made sense to finally step up and take Commander, and now they don't have to deal with the backlash of doing that at all because the rules committee opted out, and it totally makes sense to me why they did. Because the whole threat thing is crazy. It's crazy to me. I still can't get over how people act on the internet and think that it's justifiable. And other people enable that behavior by going, well, you just have to expect it. You just have to expect that'll happen. No, we don't. Society, that's how fucking society functions, you realize. Like, we all decide things are unacceptable and act that way rather than going, well, it's just going to happen to you, right? Right? Phoenix Rising says the 4 tiers: poor, student, working, and high roller. I want to see how they're going to deal with Sol Ring. That's what I want to see. I want to see how they're going to deal with Sol Ring, because that's obviously a power tier 4. 1 mana for 2 mana every turn, straight up. How could that not be tier 4? But it's also in every commander deck. So is every commander deck automatically going to be tier 4 because it has that 1 card? Like, this new system is clearly not fleshed out, and it's got some genuine flaws. It'll be interesting to see what they choose to unban, because that's what's going to happen. I'm not expecting bannings. I'm expecting unbannings. And I'm expecting the unbannings to happen right before they get reprinted, the same way that Jace the Mind Sculptor got unbanned. Now, the cards that they're going to unban, who knows how many of them are actually going to be too powerful, but when they can just go, oh, they're tier 4, and guess what? Good news. These cards that we just unbanned, we've got Commander Masters. Commander Masters didn't do that well, so they'll probably go Commander Horizons or something like that, right? That's most likely how it's going to go. So it'll be curious to see. It'll be curious to see. Yeah, they did say precons are tier 1, but what are they going to say about Sol Ring individually is the question, right? Right? What are they going to do? Are they going to go, well, it's tier 4 unless it's in a precon that we're currently selling? I don't know, man. I don't know. Magic is crazy. It's crazy. Wizards of the Coast has set the game on fire in the last few years for money. And now, like, they power crept the hell out of Commander to the point where the rules committee had no choice but to go, okay, this fast mana stuff is too powerful. It's gotta go. And then everybody's like, you just took away my children's college fund! It's like, what? What are you talking about? I bought game cards with the assumption that I made up that it would always be valuable and always usable. It's like, Magic bans have always existed. The rules committee didn't make bans that frequently, But that didn't seem like a great way to handle the format. When I saw them do the bands, I was like, this is a bigger band than I would have ever expected from them. And what they said about Commander speeding up is absolutely the truth, because every part of Magic has sped up. It's all way crazier than it used to be. Like, way crazier. Everything. The beginner decks on Arena are super powerful compared to beginner decks of previous eras, and the games can end quite quickly. Standard is a dumpster fire where your games can end on turn 2, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. And online, people are screaming and insane, and then I go to the Commandfest. Everybody's just having a good time. Everybody's just playing Magic. It's chill. There's like, do I have a picture of it here on my computer? I think I might. Yeah, I do. Hold on. I'm going to load it up. I'm going to load it up and show you the picture in case you haven't already seen it. Where it is. It's right here. Okay, so. Oh, it's gigantic. Hold on. I'll resize it. Whoop. So, this is the picture they had on the door at the Commandfest, right? It's like, have you seen these cards? I hope not, because they're banned now. And there was jokes about doing a moment of silence and all that kind of stuff at the event. But people were being like, chill, just having fun, right? That's the deal. That's the deal. So, whatever, man. Whatever. It's crazy the contrast. It's crazy the contrast. Fellers, you don't think Sol Ring is a behemoth power card because it's stapled everywhere? You can't deny the power of Sol Ring, man. It's 1 mana to tap for 2 with literally no drawbacks. Mana burn doesn't exist anymore. And you've got 4 mana on second turn easy. 5 if you drop a Signet, right? Or, what's it called? Any kind of 2-cost mana rock, right? So, yeah, it's insane. It's insane. Ever since Wizards decided that Standard was no longer the portal to Magic and they were going to go with Fire Design, it's just been getting progressively worse, right? They just make more and more powerful cards, and the only thing they can do to get people to want more stuff is make more and more powerful stuff. And everything is rotating around Commander. Every set has to have tons of cards that are for Commander. And so the power level has just skyrocketed through the roof and accelerated the format. And it's just going to get crazier now that Wizards of the Coast is straight up. They have nothing to help balance them out. The rules committee wasn't really like, it's not like they were super strong in pushing back with Wizards. Let's be real. They gave Wizards what they wanted in a lot of ways, but they did represent at least some sort of tamp it down control. Like, yo, Lutri's got to be banned in advance. You think Wizards is going to make new cards and ban anything in advance in Commander? There's zero chance. There is zero chance, right? Like, no chance at all. At all. So, that's a good point. So if some tables will turn on you if you get a Sol Ring too fast. Everyone will just gang up on you because of the acceleration you get. It is a very powerful card. It's been around for a long time. Everybody has it. And now it's just, hey, everybody's got it, and it's in all the precons. That was what I thought really was underlying what the rules committee was saying. They were saying, yo, guess what? It's in every precon. We can't really ban it because if we did, every precon becomes invalidated. But I would be very surprised to see Wizards do any Commander bans ever again. That, like, for real. I think we're entering the era of never Commander bans, and that's why they created the tier system. They're like, how do we keep the nebulousness of Rule 0 and never have to do a ban? And I think that's how the tier system was built, right? I think that they came up with this a while ago, and that's why they had Tier 1 and Tier 4 already fleshed out. I don't think they were like, as soon as they asked us to whatever, we came up with a new system. Sure you did. You definitely didn't have this just sitting there waiting or anything, you know? It's crazy. It's crazy to come back and like, well, I Magic's on fire before I go away to the Commandfest. I go to the Commandfest, it's just good times. For real. Everybody's just chilling. doing whatever, you know, like it's sane. People are nice and friendly. I met a bunch of cool people. If you want to see the pictures of a bunch of different people that I met, I posted them on my Instagram. I'm very bad for not remembering to mention my Instagram. But guys, I have an Instagram. So follow me on Instagram because my Instagram is fucking small. My Instagram is tiny and I want it to look like a fat throbber. I want people to go, your Instagram dong is huge. It's so huge. I could only get the tiniest little bit of the front dick flap into my mouth. And that's it because of how big it is. So get on my fucking Instagram. As I don't even post a link for it, right? I'm the Magic Historian on Instagram. Follow me so that I may feel all big and powerful. And then when I'm powerful enough, I can go around threatening people. Kubin V3. Or is he Gunnis? Which are you? Which are you? His super chat says, in my playgroup, precons win regularly. We do try to build for fun. For everyone though. But I just pulled a Mana Crypt, and that was going to financially pay for my next two to three decks, so that sucks a bit. Well, that is understandable why you would feel that way. If it helps you feel a little bit better, Wizards of the Coast taking over the format has caused speculative people to believe that that's going to lead to Mana Crypt being unbanned, so it's actually moving back up in market price, so you might be able to get more value than you thought out of it, right? I understand that when you get a card and you're like, yo, this has trade and whatever value. I like having cards that have value. I like being able to sell them or trade them. It's not a situation where I am against that at all, right? Being able to, that's one of the things I've liked about Magic is the fact that you can get more of it with what you've got. There's a lot of games you can't do that with. With Magic, you can trade off the stuff that you don't want for other stuff, which is great. So I feel you, buddy. That does suck. Thanks for the super chat. What is NOK? What is that currency? I'm not familiar with that. There's all these different currencies used in the world. Some of them I know, some of them I do not. Bo Falcon, you'd post the Instagram, but you're not a moderator here. Why you lying? Why you lying? I know you got a wrench. I know you got a wrench. I definitely didn't just... I know you heard some mouse clicks, and that definitely wasn't me just making you a moderator right now on the spot. You've definitely were all along. The reality is, we've never needed any on this channel, really. You know, like, the days where a bunch of maniacs would come by and you'd need to have the wrenches ready are over. They're over, right? So mostly people behave, and the ones who don't just end up getting ignored, so it's not really that big a thing. There you go. There's the Instagram link. Follow me on Instagram so that I feel like a big throbber. Millmaster, the lines of each tier is going to be blurred and a source of tension even beyond Rule 0. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. Right now, I'm mostly focused on the fact that Tier 4 is an excuse to never ban anything, right? So, Mana Crypt's already shot back up. Yep. NOK is Norwegian kroner. Oh, is that kroners? Crowns? Kroners? Is that what they use in Sweden as well? I don't know. Wayne says, all the stuff that went down made the people we thought were bad at Commandfest just mildly irritating. That's true. And speaking of which, you know what? Let me show you guys a picture of me and my buddy, the inventor of Double Strike, at Commandfest. Bam. There we are. Look at how stunned he looks. He looks like he's dead, doesn't he? Doesn't it look like I murdered him, stuffed his body, and made him stand there? I threatened him, actually. I was like, bro, I know you're responsible for those commander bans, bro. Insider trading. I'm going to end you. As soon as we're done taking this picture, I'm going to end you. So Wayne's not actually here in the chat. That's a ringer. That's a ringer. All right. I have somebody. I gave somebody his phone after I killed and stuffed him. Look at that. Look at that face. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I took some pictures with some different individuals. Here's one. There's me and Matt Caster Mage. Look at him. Look at that. Look at that rugged, handsome bastard, huh? Huh? I like Matt Caster. I told him I was excited he was going to be there. I was happy to see him. Also, I got to meet Mr. Bevers. Mr. Bevers is a cool dude. Right here. I posted this on my Instagram and I said he agreed to be my Mr. Belvedere. He has like all kinds of stickers and stuff. So I took his sticker and then I put this quote on there from him saying, "I'll kiss your mom for free." And then he read it and said, "I've never said that." And I'm like, "You just said it now." I'm like, "There you go. I'm going to report it as the news." Frosty, did I play at Commandfest? Oh, good question. Good question. Does this... What is going on? Is it good? Are we back? I think it's fixed. You guys, let me know. Let me know. Did it cut off right before I tried to show you guys me playing? Huh? Huh? I guess it was like they just couldn't handle the epicness of seeing me playing my cube. Right? So yeah. Yeah, it's all okay, it looks like we're good. It looks like we're good. Yeah, I was wondering what was going on. Jess' super chat says, "Just found out I can get any deck for $18 at Staples." Well, a lot of people are going the proxy route, and it's completely understandable. All right, so that's funny. Does this answer your question? And then it's like, stream. I recorded, Volkswagen says it's an AI picture. That's really you playing Magic, not playing Magic. Shut up! Shut up, Bo Falcon! You can be unwrenched just as swiftly. Just as swiftly. And you know what? Let's see how effective wrenching you was. I'm going to open up my Instagram right now. There we go. Brentwood and Zeromer. Good job. You guys followed me on Instagram. That makes you awesome. People who follow me on Instagram are awesome and have fat dicks and the ladies love them. Or if you like dudes, then the dudes love them. All right? That's how that works. Anybody who follows me on Instagram automatically gets to live 20 years longer because being less stressed is good for your health. And following me on Instagram makes you less stressed. Right? That's a mathematical fact. I'm proving it with scientificery. Scientificism. Wayne says I'd support his claim, but I'm just a fake account. You're just a maniac. Do you know what it's like traveling with this fucking dude? He wants to have a cup of tea, but he can't have a cup of tea without milk in it because he's a little bitch. And for some reason he needs I need mama's milk in my tea. So he wants to have a cup of tea. And even more scandalous than that, he specifically just drinks orange pico, which is the tea for people who know nothing about tea. When you go to a restaurant and they just go, "Do you want tea?" They just give you orange pico. Orange pico is bullshit. But he wants milk. So we go all the way over to the Shoppers Drug Mart looking for milk, and he can't find milk. We get back to the fucking hotel room, and he goes to the actual hotel and asks them for milk. He gets milk, and then he comes back and just doesn't make the fucking tea. He just doesn't make tea. And then when he does make tea the next day, he fucking stirs it with his toothbrush. Bro, He stuck his plastic fucking toothbrush that was never meant to be put into boiling hot water and stirred his fucking tea. Like, I wondered why he was bad at magic. Now I understand. It's because he fucking has absorbed a whole bunch of plastic into his brain. And it's like, why would you stir your tea with a fucking toothbrush, bro? With a toothbrush. No. Marks, have some more fucking respect for yourself. Orange Pico is bullshit. Get some Earl Grey or something else. So legit, he stirs it with a plastic fucking toothbrush in boiling hot water. And speaking of boiling hot water, it's my fault Carly got burned while we were on the trip because they had one of those, like, it's not a Keurig, but it's like a knockoff one where you have to put the pods in. So they had Earl Grey tea in the room, which was like, okay, cool. I put it in the pod thing. And the cup that they have for the tea, when it gets filled by the hot water, it fills it to the fucking brim. And I mean to the fucking brim. You know, like when there's like a meniscus of water on the top of a cup where it's actually slightly above the top of the cup? So this thing is super fucking full. And Carly grabs it to dump like some tea out of it, and I went to give her a cup to pour it into when she already had something else to pour it into. She took that cup from me, but it caused her to spill some of the tea on her hand, and she burnt her hand, and she had to fucking ice her hand for hours after that. And I felt so bad. I felt even worse when I tried the tea, and it was awful. It was the worst Earl Grey I had ever had, and Carly burned herself when I was making it. So while she was out of the room getting ice, I ran into the bathroom and dumped half the tea down into the sink because I'm like, I can't have let her got burnt for nothing. If she comes back and sees that I didn't even drink the tea, she's gonna be so upset. She's gonna feel so bad. So I had to do the masquerade of pretending like I drank that fucking shit, poured half of it down the sink, and then I sipped some of it. Every sip was bitter bullshit. It was awful. It was awful tea. And that hotel had orange juice for their breakfast. Their breakfast had orange juice that was like orange colored water. It was warm too. It was like warm orange water that didn't taste like orange at all, bro. It was just awful. It was just awful. Just awful. Terrible. Terrible. But there were good things. There were good things that happened at the event too, right? Like, I didn't go in an official capacity. I was going with Wayne. He went in an official capacity. I was hanging out with him. And, but I did get like some of that VIP treatment. The guy in charge of the place, Kelly, came up at one point and he's like, did you guys go and get food from the VIP area? And I was just like, I'm not officially a part of the event. I'm not a VIP. And he's like, go ahead, kind of thing. So I got to help myself to the free food in the VIP area all throughout the whole weekend, which was pretty sweet. We both said we weren't expecting for them to feed us throughout the event. So they had like a bunch of pizza. They had pasta. They had a whole bunch of pre-made sandwiches, which are my bane because I absolutely hate mayonnaise. And they put mayonnaise on all these fucking sandwiches. So the sandwiches were off limits. I had flashbacks from when I went to those YouTube parties and they had the really fancy catering and they had sandwiches where I had to tunnel into them like a rat to just find a chunk of meat in the middle and eat that. Because it's like, if I see the word aioli, I already know. I'm like, oh God, this is way too fancy. Can I just have a hot dog? I want a fucking wiener in my mouth, please. You know, like, just keep it simple. So the pizza was good. The pasta was good. It was just sweet being able to have that food. Also, I did have the very fun moment of I'm grabbing some food and this good looking girl comes up to me and it's just like, excuse me, I'm sorry to bother you while you're getting your food. I know you're going to eat, but I just wanted to let you know, I'm a really big fan of what you do. And then pointed to like her boyfriend and those guys. And they're all like, hey, and I'm like, hey, no problem. I'll let you know. Telling me stuff like that does not negatively impact my appetite. So all throughout the weekend, I had people randomly recognizing me and going, yo, what, man? I love your content. I can't believe you're here. Can we take pictures? Will you sign this? Will you sign that? Can I kiss you on the mouth? I didn't let anybody kiss me on the mouth because nobody actually asked. And if they did ask, I also wouldn't have let them. But the other stuff is absolutely true. There were a bunch of people who they walked by and they went, And I did that too. I just did that. I was like, some of them I was like, nah, man, I'm just here with the inventor of Double Strike. He's the famous guy. I'm just some rando. And they'd be like, no, you're the magic historian. And I'm just like, okay, I am. I was trying to be guy incognito, but... So that was cool. And I got Kelly's business card. So the next time that there's one of these happening and we're going, I will be there in an official capacity. So I will have, like, ideally a sign declaring that I'm there so people can come up and talk to me more comfortably, because a lot of people are chill and they're like, yo, I don't want to bother you if you're not actually an official content creator. And that also means I get more of the bonuses that content creators get. I did get the free meals, and I did get to go to the VIP after party on Saturday night, which was pretty cool, actually. They had chaos drafts, okay? And I was a very selfless individual. Like we're talking Jesus level, okay? That's what we're talking about here. So basically, what happened was, is the box back there? Yeah, I have the box. I don't even know why I need to show you this, because I'm sure you guys have all seen them. But when you came in, they had these boxes, and in each of these boxes were 6 random booster packs. So each of these boxes were meant for 2 people. Now, me and Carly both got to go to the VIP party. So this box that had 6 boosters in it that other people had to share between them and somebody else, I had to share it with Carly. But guess what? She doesn't play Magic or care about it. So I got all 6 boosters, which is pretty sweet. And you could either play chaos drafts with them, where at your table you could draft them, or you could crack them if you wanted to. So 2 of the other guys sitting at my table, they are opening the box and deciding who gets what packs. And there were collector packs in here too, right? Like the one that I got had like a regular Ikoria pack. What did it have? It had Ikoria, Markov Manor, I think a core set, and then it had a March of the Machines collector booster and a it had a regular Duskmorn booster and a Duskmorn collector booster, okay? So these 2 guys, they have to, this is how it went. There was 2 collector boosters in their box, Duskmorn and New Capenna. And so they were like, okay, we'll roll a die to determine who gets the Duskmorn, and then the other one stuck with the New Capenna. So I said, you know what, man? Out of the goodness of my heart, I can't believe I'm about to do this, I will give you my Duskmorn collector pack for your New Capenna collector pack. And he's like, really? And I'm like, yeah, I'll do that. No problem. And he's like, do you want something? Like, you can have stuff out of the pack. And he opened it and offered me stuff. I'm like, no, man, that's your pack. I'm cool with the trade or whatever. That's how selfless I am. I literally took a pack of New Capenna, a collector pack of New Capenna, in exchange for the Duskmorn collector pack, right? I mean, like I said, that's Jesus level sacrifice up on the cross. I bleed for my people. I just met that guy, right? And then I spent the night making those guys laugh too, as we all hung out and people drank. Bo Falcon, do I still have the business cards that you made for me? I do. The information on them is outdated. I mean, if you want to make new ones, I surely wouldn't say no, because I'm going to be going to these events, and like business cards for that would be good, you know? It's funny that you bring that up, because when Kelly gave me his business card, I was saying, I'm like, I can just get your contact information from Wayne. It's all good. And he's like, no, man, I have these business. What's the point of having business cards printed up if I can't use them, right? So he gave me his business card. He's like, you can actually trade it in for 25. Well, you can take it over to the desk and they'll give you 25 tickets for it too and check it off. And 25 tickets is enough to get a set of dice or one of these fun little notepads with a pen, right? So I really like that. But then I told the story about Bo Falcon, how you made me... Okay, guys, I went to the YouTube parties. And when I went to the YouTube parties, every creator there, if you don't know what YouTube parties are, there used to be something called the YouTube Space. And they still exist in certain parts of the world, but the one in Canada doesn't exist anymore. So when you go there, there's all these different creators. You have to have at least 1,000 subscribers to even get in the front door. Like, that's it. You can't even bring +1s. I got to bring Carly with me because she was my editor, so she's part of the actual team. So we went together to these. But like business cards. And so they'd all be giving me business cards. And I just felt like, I don't have any business cards. Nothing. So then Bo Falcon hooks me up with business cards. And I get them. And then they stop the YouTube parties. They just cancel them. They're like, YouTube parties are canceled. We're closing down the space. And it's like, what? What? So now I just got a whole shitload of fucking business cards that I can't use, and the information on them is outdated. It doesn't even have the right contact information on it. It has the wrong Twitch on it. It has the wrong Twitch, the wrong email address. Like, they're just nothing, man. It's whatever. So that's funny. That is funny. Oh, Wayne, that's right. Oh my God. Okay. Bo Falcon, I will email you that stuff. I gotta tell the story of the most annoying dude in the whole building and how he played against the inventor of Double Strike and how he was so condescending that I was losing it, man. I came really close to starting to talk shit directly to him. Like, I at first, well, you know what? Hold on. Before we do that, we're gonna have a quick little. It's a pseudo intermission. It's gonna actually be, where is it? Where do I have it? Is it here? Is this it? Or was it here? Nope. Is it here? Nope. Okay, what is going on? Is it here? Here? Oh! Okay, I found it. Okay, guys. This is an intermission, but the intermission is going to be showing you footage of the actual event, okay? At certain points, the camera's face down because I didn't want to, like, put the camera right in people's faces. I was trying to respect people's privacy and stuff, but here's the intermission. It's not going to be the Don't Be a Dink Amazon. It's straight up, here's footage. This is virtually all of the footage that I got from the event. I have one other little clip to show you as well, but this is virtually all of the footage. So enjoy.
Players in the
So that shows the area that we were in, general wandering through, all that kind of stuff. And then I have like one more little clip, and that one is Double Strike playing a little bit of Magic. So hold on.
Interesting. I'll say go.
Yeah. Immortalized.
So yeah, that's the entirety of the footage that I recorded when I was there, because I'm bad. I'm bad for that kind of stuff. So, the guy that I just showed you him playing is not the dude I'm about to talk about. That guy that we just saw there was a chill dude, okay? But the story of what happened with oh, I see you guys talking about animators. That's just a sign that was there. That was not the animator section, okay? At all. At all. So, I think 8th place Dave's woman is animate stuff. Or I don't know. Don't worry about that sign, okay? That was just where we were all sitting. There was all kinds of random content creators and stuff sitting in that specific area. It definitely was not for animators. And you guys might have noticed when I was walking by that, why is the name not coming to me right now? Rainville was there. He's the dude who painted Storm the Seed Core and everything, and I got the chance to tell him how much I like his artwork. It was awesome. But, anyways, so Double Strike is, there's this guy who really wants to play Legacy, and he comes up and he's like, hi, somebody said I could test my Legacy deck, and I'm just like, he's not here right now. He's the one playing Legacy. He left. He'll be back in a couple of minutes. And so then Double Strike comes back and sits down, and I'm like, there was this fucking plug who came by who wanted to play Magic with you. I'm sure he'll be back soon. And as soon as I finished it, the fucking plug walks up and sits down in front of him. And he's like, I'm here testing for the Legacy event. I'm testing my Legacy deck. And then he proceeded to condescend to Wayne, like, horrifically. Just horrifically. Where he plays a Tombstock and he's like, oh, I haven't seen that in years. But dripping with the, I haven't seen that in years, you fucking loser who hasn't kept up with the meta and isn't awesome like me. And then the same thing like goes with other cards. He plays Phyrexian Negators, and he's like, I can't believe you're playing that card. I also couldn't believe he was playing Phyrexian Negators. But anyways, this fucking dude is being so condescending, and he's just flipping out all his cards or whatever, and he keeps asking Double Strike, do you want to do this? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do this? Like, he needs to tell him how to play his deck and everything, right? And so it's just obnoxious to listen to. And there's a certain part where he just does that, and he goes, I am God! He yells, I am God! And 1 second later concedes the game. He conceded 1 second after chanting he was God because, like, oh, I'm God, blah, 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 and Emrakul. And then Double Strike just goes, Edict you? And he's like, I lose. And it was just like, it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Is this a different guy from the Dan dude? Yes, this is this event. Dan dude wasn't there, but that is the term now. I said that guy was danning you. It's when somebody comes and be a condescending dick. And Double Strike was like, I'd play Dan man any day of the week again before playing that guy. And I said, yes. And so, like, the guy lost and he's talking about bad luck. And I'm like, yeah, sometimes the bad luck's right in your face. Like, I'm talking about him, basically saying he's the bad luck, right? That we have to deal with him. And fucking Double Strike is there, shoving Joe Louis in his mouth to not laugh in this guy's face because I'm literally making fun of him in a side way. And then it got to the point where he went, yeah, to something. And I went, yeah. Like, and then Carly, like, put her hand on my arm, like, to, like, be like, hey, you're moving from the realm of just joking into outright mocking this dude, but I couldn't help it. This fucking condescending little fucking dickhead talking to my fucking boy like this. I used to have Tombstalkers, but they're foil. Let me tell you about all the cards in my deck and how amazing they are and blib, blah, blib, blah, blib. And it's like, you are a fucking loser, bro. Like, for real, for real. That's one of the things that is hard to deal with, is watching people be condescending pricks to my friend and not going, hey, smarten the fuck up. Like, if he was talking to me like that, I would have lost it. I would have like not lost it in like a screaming kind of way, but I totally would have been very short with the guy and explained to him in no simple terms, you think you're better than me, you fucking clown? You know what I mean? Like, this is ridiculous. You think you're better than me because of your fucking legacy deck? So he screamed about being a god and then lost to Phyrexian Negators. And like, it's like, bro, you were just making fun of that and you got your ass beat. But he had to make sure that Double Strike knew that Double Strike was a fucking loser for playing such outdated cards. And when that guy did play them, when they were relevant, he had foil ones. And it was just like, oh my God. Oh my God. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So yeah, I just would have, I said what I would have done to him. Because the thing is, if I have a sign and I'm there as part of the event officially, I'm not going to be rude to somebody like that. I will not directly insult them. Like, I wouldn't just go, fuck you, idiot. You know what I mean? I wouldn't do that because that's uncalled for. They brought me to the event and people are going to be at different levels. Like, there's this one guy who came up and he started talking to Double Strike, and he's talking to him. He's saying this shit, half mumbling nonsense. And then he's talking nonsense, and then he looks down and he sees Double Strike has a sign saying, play me, Games of Modern, Legacy, or whatever. And he's just like, I'll play you because you look really bored. And in my head, I was like, he looks really bored because you're talking to him right now. He looks like he does because of you. You did this to him. So we walked off to get his deck or whatever, and I just started laughing. I was just like, you looked like that because he was talking to you. This guy was telling him he's like, this Minotaur was the first Double Strike card. And it's like, no, it wasn't. He was talking about a round card from Mirage that doesn't give Double Strike. I knew what he was talking about. Double Strike didn't even know what the hell he was talking about. But if I had to deal with a plug, I decided what I would do is just have my phone out like this, but like screen off, okay? And then I would just look down at the screen, like just have it out on the table where you can see it. Look down at it at the perfectly black screen. This keeps turning on because I'm tilting it up. But look at it with the perfectly black screen and go, I got a text, I have to go. You know, like just... You can see there's no text. And I just be like, I have a text, I have to leave now, you win. And then just pick up my stuff and leave. Just walk from the table. Fuck it. Kubin, the reason that people act like that, and this is something that I firmly believe, is because Magic is the one area where they can feel elitist, right? Like, they're not doing well in other areas of their life. But in Magic, it's like, oh, I'm good, and I play this old format, and I know a lot about it, and you don't know as much as I do, right? So I'm better than you, and I need you to know it. Oh, you play those cards? He did it multiple times, and each time it was like nails on a chalkboard, and I'm like, you're talking to my boy all wrong, and I'm starting to get fucking mad dog about it. Yeah! You know, like, for real, you fucking chump loser? Like, this is how you're gonna fucking act, bro? This is how you're gonna act. This is how you make yourself feel like you're a fucking big man. By being all fucking dickheadish to Double Strike daddy. Get the fuck out of here. Right? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Finn, nah, man. Nah. If I I'm not gonna give him a fucking reason. I gotta go take a dump or whatever. And they'll be like, we can play when you get back. And he'll be like, I can't. I'm hoping my fucking anus will turn inside out and my intestines will fall into the toilet. And if they do, I'll flush and hope that it sucks them all the way down so that I never have to come back and talk to you again. Make a human ring sound. Someone's calling, be like, hello? Sorry, guy, I got a call. I got to take this. What? No, I'm not doing nothing important. I'm completely having my fucking time wasted right now by some random fucking dickhead who thinks he's elite because he fucking plays Legacy. And I don't fucking care that much to update these decks that I borrowed from my fucking friends and don't really give a shit about. But this fucking clown is acting like he's better than me. Oh, you play that? I haven't seen it in years. You know what else you haven't seen in years, loser? A fucking vagina. A woman who didn't look fucking disgusted when she looked at you, you fucking clown. Like, it pisses me off, man. I don't like people condescending to my friends. I do not appreciate it. I don't appreciate it. Heavy Metal, what's up, buddy? Oh, you're evacing? Well, stay safe, man. Stay safe. So yeah, it's just like, why are you fucking doing this? Like, to make yourself feel like the big man. That's why he was doing it. I'll play sneak attack. Are you going to force of will it? No, I don't want to do that right now. Shut up, idiot. I can't believe I'm in fucking proximity of this. That was on the last day too, and I had not had enough fucking sleep, right? So I'm pretty sure it was the last day. It was intolerable. It was intolerable. It really, really annoyed me. But yeah, I just thought the whole looking at my phone that I definitely didn't just get a text on and be like, I gotta take this. Just like, I pick up my notepad. I got a text, I gotta take this. Just fucking walk off. Have I had enough bacon, though, to recover? I didn't get to have bacon, like, all weekend, bro. No bacon Friday. No bacon Saturday. Had some bacon last night. And I had an omelet with a little bit of bacon in it this morning. So I've had some bacon, but not enough. Not enough. So, yeah, man. Like, honestly, it was cool going to the event. I'm glad I got to go to that VIP party. We actually, the table I was at, we came second in the horror trivia, and I ended up winning this playmat. What? Did it get McDonald's? Yeah, multiple times. Sorry, man, you're insufferable. Leave. No, see, Double Strike did it really well. He is great at, like, sitting there through games with people who are intolerable. Like, I am, let's admit that I'm a fucking dick. I am a dick who gets irritated easily, and I'm not interested in people fucking condescending to me. But I haven't had anybody do that to me yet. Not in any kind of one of these events. I would literally just stop the game and be like, do you know how you're coming across right now? Because the way that you're saying it makes it sound like you think that you're better than me because of this. Is that what you think? Like, not even in an insulting way, just a straight up, let's stop for a moment. Why are you talking to me like this? Why am I getting the impression that you think you're better than me because you're playing with a newer Legacy deck? Is this all that you have in your life? Why are you behaving like this? You know? I'm not going to yell at him if I'm an official person at the event, right? But when I'm not, I want to go, yo, you're a fucking loser, bro. I can't believe that you have this smarmy attitude thinking you're fucking amazing. Like, I can't believe it. Clayton, please super chat says, Ligma, other Clayton. He will, you better watch out. You better watch out. You better not shout. He's sucking your balls, I'm telling you why. Ligma Claus is chugging your nuts. He sees them when you're sleeping. Some of these Magic players might have better luck showing off their body pillow collections. It's like we're all here to enjoy a shared hobby. And it's fun to win and whatever, but there's a certain level where Like, he was totally treating Double Strike like, I'm so much better than you. And it's like, this guy invented Double Strike. And all you've invented is being the condescending douche version of you. So, between those two inventions, guess which one wins? Guess who's making way more people happy? Guess who's going to scrub out of the Legacy event at light speed? Which, by the way, is what happened to this guy as far as we can tell, too. He acted like that and then got his ass fucking beat, which makes sense. I'm so amazing. Bitch, you just lost to fucking Phyrexian Negators. He literally yelled out, I'm a god! Like, I've never seen anybody be that arrogant in a game of Magic ever. And I've done some pulling off some crazy shit and going, fuck you, I'm the best. But this guy, like, I do it in a fun way. This guy did it in a, I'm better than you. I'm amazing at Magic. I am a god at Magic. And it's so funny that I am a god and instantly lost. And it's just like, are you fucking kidding me right now, bro? Are you kidding me? Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Steven, you have a sweaty killer deck that's pure legacy stacks, talk shit. You're just like, oh, okay, you're this kind of person. Here we go. I'll use this deck. It's ridiculous. Shelly, you have to remove those people from your presence. If you're at an event and you're set up to let people play, you can, like, there's a certain level of propriety. And Double Strike handled it properly. Did he climax when he shouted, he's a god? He might have, actually. He might have jizzled a little in his pants. He might have, to use a Magic name of a Johnny's brother, he might have jazzled in his pants a little. He was so full of himself. Like, so full of himself. It was crazy. It's crazy. Double Strike Daddy is a magnet for arrogant, condescending douches. Or maybe it's just his self-effacing nature that brings it out more in them because they know they can get away with it more. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've never had anybody be that condescending to me in a game of Magic. And I mean, the guy he's all being condescending. He doesn't even know I'm making fun of him to his face when I'm saying, oh yeah, we all have bad luck. Sometimes it's right in your face, you know? And like that kind of shit where it's like, if he was smarter, he would have picked up on the fact that, bro, I'm literally talking shit about you to your face right now in a socially acceptable way because of where we are. And at the end of the day, I don't want to, I don't want to make my boy Double Strike uncomfortable by going ham on somebody he's playing with. I bit my tongue while Dan Man, excuse me, but I'm a super hipster and I play this awesome format Dan. It's like, Dan sucks, buddy. So the fact that you think you're elite because you play Dan is fucking sad, just so you know. So yeah, man, it is what it is. You're gonna get all types. And most people are really cool, but I know Double Strike wanted me to tell the story of that dude because he was clownish and it was hilarious watching him get smacked down because I think most people know somebody similar at their LGS. The kind of person who, when they lose, they have to tell you all about how they were gonna win. And when they win, they have to crow about all the other stuff they were going to do. And you just go, okay, all right then, whatever. You know? Well, not me. That's what other people do. I tend to be more of a dickhead about it. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You could argue that maybe I just don't have the social graces of others. But that just tweaks my ball bag. It tweaks my ball bag. Wayne, that was Double Strike says that was the exception. Thompson, you bought a Dan to collect after hearing about that? I fucking sang a song about the Dan, man. What was it like? Who can pull his deck out? Condescend to you. Oh, he was awful. He was so full of himself. And it was just like, bro, you think you're awesome? And they're like, I have this really cool form. It's like, we play Cube, bro. Cube is 1,000,000 times better. Like, 1,000,000 times better. Right? And he's just like, I'm amazing, and I don't think you're smart enough to understand this. And let me explain to you how amazing this format is, because it reflects on me. But the Dan format it's like, oh, you have 5 life in this format. You know why? Because Dans do 4 damage, and 20 divided by 4 is 5. That's the level of conversation. It's like, so, no, you actually have 20 life in this. Well, no, it's 5 life. No, you can take 5 Dan hits, but you don't have 5 life. You have 20 life. No, but like, listen, I'm amazing. And then he goes and he fucking changes the land type on Double Strike's Dan to another land type, which kills it, because if you don't have any islands, the Dan dies. So he goes, I'll play that, and Double Strike immediately picks the creature up and puts it in the graveyard. And he's just like he was like, does not compute, right? Does not compute. Because he was just so, I have to explain to you how this kills the Dan. You have to understand how cool I am. Like, I changed that to mountain. He's like, I'll change island to mountain. And so Double Strike just picks the Dan and puts it in the graveyard, because he's been playing forever. He knows what island home is. He doesn't need to have it explained to him. But the look on Dan, man, he had to fucking swallow his words as he went to explain. It's like, he already knows. But you can't know. This is how I make myself cool. I know the thing that you don't know. And it's like, oh my God, bro. Oh my God. Like, it's a stupid format. No, but it's mono blue, and you can, like, memory lapse people's Dan to the top and bounce them to their hands and stuff. I'm like, this is shit. This is a shit format. The fact that you think this is good is laughable. It's awful. It's awful. Dan is a garbage format. The only good thing about Dan was that it made fucking Dans worth like $10 a piece, so I could finally fucking buy list my stupid Chronicles Dans. I was just like, yeah. That's right, Fluffy. It's the reaction. But I know all the things. You need to be impressed by me. It's not about playing the format. It's about showing everybody you're a hipster who knows this format that they don't, right? So, I think Dan is garbage. If you've ever played fucking Cube, why would you ever want to play Dan? It's so whatever, man. It's so whatever. And I will fully admit that the Dan man poisoned me towards it, because I already thought it was a stupid format. And then I saw it in action, explained by a condescending dickbag. And I'm just like, thumbs down. Double thumbs down to Dan. But Cube is awesome. I introduced multiple people to Cube at the event, and guess what? They loved it. They loved it. They were like, this is awesome. Because it is. And I had a lot of fun playing it too. The one guy, I smashed him so hard it was ridiculous. I got Kira, Great Glass Spinner, with a Jeet on it, which was so dumb. That was so dumb. And then the second game, Buddy had answers for literally everything I played. Bam, 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 bam. Like, he got so many creature kills. He destroyed everything. And he beat me down to like 4 life while he was still at 20. He was just wailing on me. But he was having too much fun playing the Cube. So he's like, he wanted to keep it going and play cat and mouse style, which let me keep drawing cards. And a few draws later, I started to get things to switch it around. And I'm like, now I'm going to fist your ass. And I just started pounding into him. Get some! And it was awesome. One of those reversals. You should have finished me while you had the chance. Because now I will break you over my knee like so. Bam! You know? I've never heard of Red Dan. Chess says if you watch a Dan game, you see how utterly infuriating and boring it is. It's going to appeal to a very particular type of people, you know? That's really how it's going to go. Pokechos and superiority complex and Magic seem to come hand in hand. There is a subset of Magic players that are like that. And I do theorize it's because they have no wins in other areas of their lives, you know? Did I get to try any Duskmorn Limited? No. But you know what I did get to play? At the actual Saturday night party at Face-to-Face Games. Out of fucking nowhere. Buddy in charge was partying at that point. He got all fucking liquored up and was like, who wants to play Ante? And it's just like, what? It's like, yeah, we're playing Ante decks. And it's like, Hell yeah, I'm fucking in. So he hooked us booster packs, and me and Double Strike built ante decks and then played for ante. So I've got a stack of cards. I want like 3 cards too. It wasn't just anteing 1 card. It was 3 cards, and you ante lands too. So you can literally end up losing your lands and stuff. It was awesome. It was awesome. I was not expecting it. I was not expecting to play old school ante. That was a good time. Like overall, I very much enjoyed the event. It was awesome. I'm glad I got to go. There were so many people who were happy to see me and wanted to take pictures with me. It's such a trippy experience to have people be like, is it okay to take a picture with you? And it's like, fuck yeah. Like, why wouldn't it be? You know what I mean? Fisher, are you odd because you prefer to play Magic and don't care if you win or lose? Nope, that's not odd. I mean, when it comes to the cube, I'm fine if I lose, whatever. I just want to play and have a good time, you know? So, I think that's just being called well-adjusted. In ante, do you lose your cards to the other player after the game? Correct. So, we each anteed the top 3 cards of our decks, and whoever won got to take the other guy's cards. And I won, so I got to take the cards. Did I play Magic when it was Type 1? I started playing Magic before Type 1 existed. So when I started playing Magic, Magic was just Magic. And then they invented Type 1 and Type 2. Type 2 is the name for Standard, right? And also, those are the descriptions of diabetes. So we played Type 2 mainly, but also Type 1, you know? But I played before those were even things, which is crazy. Some of the guys got confused about the ante thing and thought that if you win, you take the other guy's entire deck. And when you win an ante, you have to put whatever you get in your deck, right? In my packs, I got Urza, Master Artificer. I got Deadly Rollick, like in the same pack. It was like, what? This is a good pack. And I didn't lose any of my rares, so I still have them. Jeweled Bird. I remember Jeweled Bird. Yep. 1 cost. My favorite ante card was Dark Pact or Demonic Attorney, right? You just wait until you're winning and then go, Demonic Attorney, concede, or we each ante another card. Most of the time, people will concede. But if you're playing on Chandelar, they'll always ante more cards, no matter what. Frosty, Contract from Below and ante is insane. I've played in ante tournaments with Contract from Below. Is broken. It's broken. Did I win anything from the ante? Yeah, I won like 3 cards. I think 2 of them were lands. Is this my deck right here? I might actually have my deck in front of me. Let me see. And when you play for ante as well, before you hand the cards over, we would tend to marker up our cards. So yeah, there's this one where it says, have fun, kids. I don't know if you guys can really see the drawing on there. And then, what else? Oh yeah, that was my foil that got anteed up. Then there's a mountain that got a little face drawn on it. And where's the other card? Oh, here it is. It says, let's eat pierogies and cabbage rolls. And it's just like random crap. A lot of the times back in the day, people would draw dicks on the cards. Finn, no, it was just 3 boosters. There were no ante cards added. None. Falcon, most of the funnest games were playing the tournament starter decks for ante, where half the time you lost because you couldn't get the right color lands. I remember that. I remember that vibe. All right, my friends. Well, thanks for coming and hanging out. It has been an enjoyable stream. It's time for me to get up on out of here because I have more stuff that I need to do. Tomorrow, I'm going to release the video where I show off the card of me that's going to be into TCG. That'll be on my Hatcher channel because I have 4 channels. Magic Historian, Hatcher, Hatcher Streams, and Fantasy Geographic. And multiple people came up to me at the event not just to talk about the Magic Historian. Multiple people came up to me and were like, yo, I really like Fantasy Geographic. Thanks for making the lore videos. And then we got into lore chats and everything, and I was not expecting that. That was awesome. So, thanks for coming and hanging out. It's been a great time. I had an awesome time at the event. A big thank you to those people who sent me money via PayPal so that I could enjoy the event. Some of that actually showed up while I was at the event, which was another level of fun. I very much enjoy that. So, you guys rule, and I'm getting on up out of